Just wanted to do a quick update because 2 months ago I quit my engineering job. 10 years in engineering and making six figures, the whole thing, all the different tags that people put on a great job. And it was great. I thank God for it. Quit that to build something for myself, my family, spend more time with my kids, my wife, all that. And it's been great, it's been bad, it's been everything. But overall, it's been a net positive. Some things that have really like pushed and helped guide me and keep me well throughout this whole thing. Matthew 6, when he talks about not worrying, that's an interesting verse because it's like, as somebody who has done a lot of ministry in church, never went through training or anything, but more so just you see a need, you jump in. I was a youth pastor, for 8 years. Never went to Bible school or anything, but I read my Bible every day. I talked to God all the time. There were kids, they didn't have a teacher, jumped in, became the youth pastor, and still friends with those guys and girls till this day. Which, by the way, I'm sure you guys are going to see this. Let's hang out. We need to pick up Bible study again for April. But, it's one of those verses where, like, when you're teaching it to people, they just look at you like, yeah, don't worry, do not be anxious. And I just look at you like, what, are you a magician? I mean, I just told you my worries, my needs, and you're over here telling me like, do not worry. Who do you think you are? But that literally is a command from Jesus. And it's been really, really cool to have the opportunity to walk that out. Because, I actually do not have a lot of fears in life. But I don't like snakes. I fear snakes. Let's just say I fear snakes. We're working on it. And another thing I think is approval or fear of man, really, I think is what I would say, to broaden it. Just what people think about me. And this whole thing has been it's unraveled that in a good way. For one thing, on a superficial level, the way people look at you and you say, hey, I'm a photographer, videographer, when they ask you, what do you do? I'm a photographer, or I'm an entrepreneur, or whatever term I want to use for that day. Photographer, videographer, entrepreneur, investor, because we got some real estate, which I'll talk about in a little bit. People are just like, okay, so you don't have a job. Because anyway, but whenever I was be like, yeah, I'm an engineer. Oh, what kind of engineer? Electrical engineer. Oh, where did you go to school? Clemson. Oh, when did you graduate? Well, I graduated in 2013. And then we keep talking and they realize, no, I actually graduated in 2015 because I had a master's. And it's just like, wow, people don't know me, but for some reason, because I said all those things, those credentials, immediately the respect that they have for you is like, boom. But then now when I'm like, well, this, and I'm fumbling through, like, who am I? What do I do? And it's been cool to realize, like, no, what I do does not define me. Like, my career does not define me. I'm a human being with many, many avenues, and it's been, again, cool to be able to flash that out and talk that out and walk that out. But anyway, back to Matthew 6. Do not worry. It's been really cool because it's helped me to not worry as much. I'm not saying I'm completely healed, but it's helped me to not, working through this has helped me not to worry so much about what people think, because all my life I've always been, what do they call them? Goody two-shoes? I think that's what they call those people. Or vanilla, or just the person who's going to do the right thing, Now, I'm not saying like I'm out here sinning, like not right and wrong in that sense. I mean, I'm a sinner, so I sin, but, I'm not out here like on purpose just trying to sin or doing crazy stuff, because I I fear God, I respect God. But not doing the thing that society or people or noble people or respectable people or whatever believe is the right thing to do. Again, you got to think like, past 6 months, quit my job. In the past 6 months, we had a fourth kid. In the past 6 months, we fully furnished and renovated our first rental. And in the past 6 months, quit my job. In the past 6 months, got another rental that we just bought today's Friday, on Wednesday. That's a lot. And also, in the past 6 months, trying to renovate our house is completely gutted. Might as well share it, right? It's like, we've had a few friends who wanted to hang out, and come over for whatever, and I'm just like, look, man, no, we cannot do dinner at our house. We cannot do lunch because I'm embarrassed about it. Because my kids are tough. My kids, they can handle it. They're living through it. But it's like, look, I don't want to put your kids through that. And also, just look, man, if you saw how we're really living right now, you'll be worried for us. Again, I think it's great. Like, it's obviously tough, and it's one of those things where if one of us breaks, me, my wife, we might have to abandon mission and just sell all the other houses, sell this house, go buy a nice house, and just be like, we're done with this whole trying to be debt free and build something for ourselves and all that kind of stuff. But right now, it's like we've chosen, like, we wanted to have, we were thinking by now, we've clearly outgrown this house, and we were like, I think we should buy a nice house this year. But this other opportunity came up to dig a little bit deeper into real estate investing. We bought that other house. If you follow me, we called it the poop house. It's in terrible condition. We're going to do our best to renovate it. It's going to be fun. But I'm trying to tie all this so you can see how I process things. But anyway, but our house right now is in terrible condition. I mean, like, the dining room, have completely gutted it. Like, again, if you follow some of the other videos that I've made, you've been seeing me put all these cringy videos of me trying to, like, fix the electrical, fix the plumbing. Again, things that other people probably are like, that's a piece of cake. But I didn't have time to do that kind of stuff before. Never really dabbled in it. I remember when you first bought this house and we first wanted to renovate it, I didn't even own a screwdriver, and Anna was like, oh, I think we should paint the room. And I was like, oh, we should hire a painter. She's like, what? Hire a painter? We can do that ourselves. But I was like, no, like, what if we mess it up? Man, such a different person from then to now. So that's the kind of person, that's how I was, moving into our first home. But now, completely gutted it, the dining room. I mean, look on my YouTube channel, you'll see some more videos of just really how things are. But it's been a lot of fun. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. And again, back to just sharing truly with where things are. Like, this one is embarrassing, but I'm sure other people feel it. I mean, it's like, with how much I've gutted the place, there's obviously holes and stuff, and sometimes you go to bed, maybe you left a piece of cake or a cracker on the counter, and you realize, I feel like something came and got this, because it was not a kid, it was not me or my wife. So, my kids, all that to say that my kids know how to they know what a rat or a mouse trap is. So we're gonna deal with that. But yeah, it's just not ideal living, but it's also not terrible. It's just a learning time. So that's really where things are in that sense. But even with all that, I am so full of hope and so invigorated and so full of I just feel so, like I've said before, so alive, because it's like I'm doing it with my wife. Every morning I wake up and it's like, oh, if I want to, I can take my kid to school. We come back and be like, okay, what are we doing today? And if I don't have a shoot, if I don't have a meeting, we literally figure out what we're going to do for the day. And that has been so amazing to just dream. I mean, that's how we've been able to even buy this second house, just because we've had more time to sit, to talk, to plan, to dream, and to actually do it. Today she fixed the bathroom. I think she got tired of waiting for me, because I'm trying to work on the other house, trying to work on this house, like the bigger systems, like electrical, plumbing, and she was like, look, okay, I'm gonna renovate this bathroom. She did it, killed it. Full disclosure, she grew up more with power tools and stuff. So hey, some men might not want to admit it, but she's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from her. And also, for me, if I know 90%, I feel like I don't know anything. She knows 10%. She feels like she knows everything. So we work. That's something we've learned about with the home renovating. I'm like, no, I think we should call an expert. I don't really know. She's like, what do you mean an expert? Like, I watched my dad do this, or I watched a YouTube video, last week, and it's been great. But it's seeming like, no, I'm all over the place. I think I was trying to talk about worry. Yeah. So it's been cool to walk with Jesus and not worry as much about what people think about me, because of what I do for a living now, or what I don't do for a living anymore. And also, it's been cool to not have as much worry. And not, honestly, I let me just say it, I'm not worried. I don't worry. I'm not worried right now. Clearly not as much as I used to be, but right now it's just my heart is just at such at rest. There's no worry or anxiousness, you know, going through me, and I thank God so much for that. And I thought there was going to be more worry and more anxiousness because I don't have a guaranteed income. Um, I go look for work, but God has provided, and that's been a very, is that what they call an oxymoron, or ironic or whatever? That's just been really cool to be able to see that, like, no, God says do not worry, and honestly, like what I was telling Anna the other day, and these are principles in the Bible, I feel like, too, but it's like the way to live a full life is to take risks and not worry. Things that you would feel like the more you take risks, the more you would worry, and that also sometimes that happens. But so far it's just been cool that, like, most of my life I think I've lived in such a way where I only do things where I know, or I feel like I have control of the outcome, or I feel like I'm almost 99% sure of what the outcome will be. And then I'm like, okay, yes, that's wisdom. Wisdom is me knowing almost for sure, for certain, the probability that this is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is going to happen, and then I take that chance. But recently it's been a little bit more different, because even when I would do that, I would still be worried. That's not what made me worry less. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see that? A turkey just flew over this fence. Anyway, I wish this. Oh, you know what? I got the 360 camera on top. I might show that footage. That was pretty cool. We're in a very exciting and interesting time period, because the only thing that almost broke us, I would say, was the past 2 weeks. Like, my mom is sick, my sister got sick, my mom is still sick, kind of battling through it, and then Hadassah got sick, Skyla got sick, Sifa got sick, and Jilly got sick. And then Jilly went, oh man, when Jilly got sick, she can't even talk. So you just like, please God, just let me be sick. And then Anna got sick, she could barely talk, you know. But at least the other kids, when they're sick, you can ask them. But with Jilly not being able to talk, it's just like, she can't talk because she's like a baby. She's like 6 months now, I believe, 6-7 months, something like that. She was born on October. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, I got it, 6 months. So that was tough. We almost abandoned mission. Just like, yeah, let's just sell all these houses, buy a nice house, forget all this, But I thank God that we've been pushing and pushing, and just, it's been amazing. I've gotten to know my wife way, way, way more. I've gotten to fall in love with her in a different way, just because we're building together. We've always been building together, but we've always been building together like this. I wake up, I go do my thing. She wakes up, she does her thing. We meet in the middle. She does things I can't do. I do things she can't do. Not even because of ability and capability, but just because of the roles that we've chosen to put ourselves in this period of time. But recently we've been able to merge more of those roles, and that's been amazing, and I want to do more, but me helping with the kids more, holding my kids more, that's been amazing. Her, like today, drilling that thing, and just her handling the business side of all our real estate investments so far, the 2 that we've had, it's been her. Like, the first one, it was all her. She found it, did the deal, told me about it, did the math, I agreed, we did it. This one, I found the deal, but then she helped think through it. So that's been really cool for us to just truly build, like literally wake up, talk about what we want to do for the week, map it out, and do it. I keep thinking that they want me to go in, but I think I have some time, a little bit of daylight still left. It feels great. Like, it just feels, it's like, it's different when, I guess, you're in like a tough situation, but you don't feel like there's a way out, or you don't feel like you're progressing. But the fact that we're in a tight situation, specifically as far as like the way we're living, and kids sometimes not wanting to sleep or not sleeping well, whether it's sickness or even just in general. For some reason, the kids have just not been sleeping that great recently. Like, you can see my face is kind of puffed up and started to look kind of like plump and stuff. Man, I've not slept in like 2 weeks. But apart from that, like apart from us, how people say choose your heart and all that, like apart from us choosing this hard, like it's been really good because it's like, yes, we've chosen not to buy, our dream home yet. We've chosen to buy the poop house. We've done that, and the fact that we can see our way out, the fact that we can see us progressing, it just feels like, I'm just so full of, I don't know, just excitement. It's like, it was different also too, because sometimes, like the other day, I went to bed at like 2 or 3. Well, one day I went to bed at 3. Another night I went to bed at 2. Still, and I woke up at, not still, because like this, like, oh, I still woke up early, but no. And then I woke up at like 6 because my alarm went off, and I was like, I'm so tired. But the moment I woke up, went in the shower, went in the bathroom, washed my face, and then jumped in the shower, I was like, oh man, so fully wide awake. Went outside, and the cold air hit me a little bit. I was just like, rise and shine. I started telling myself that a lot. Rise and shine, ladies and gentlemen, rise and shine. And it just feels so cool when you're waking up early and going to bed late and working hard, but it's like all on you, like that weight is all on your back. You're the one choosing when to sleep, when to go to sleep, when to wake up, when to sleep in, how hard to work, when to pull back, all that. It's like, it's just it's the energy, and I'm sure I'm gonna run out of energy eventually, but it's been cool. It's like it's a different level of adrenaline, and like right now I'm so tired, but I'm sure if I go in there and the kids are asleep and Anna wants to work on a project or something like that, but oh yeah, let's do it. I got some pictures I want to edit. It's crazy. I just, God, I just thank you. Honestly. Whether this goes online or not, thank you, God. I want to thank, the realtors in Spartanburg who've just given me a lot of work. It's definitely looking like I'm going to start leaning more towards real estate. I love weddings. Maybe if I can just do like maybe 1 or 2 weddings, maybe 2 at most per month, because I love weddings. Like the past wedding that I did with for Aaron and Elizabeth, where my brother Harry was second shooting for me. That was amazing. I love people. I love connecting with people. I love capturing life as it happens. I love documentary photography and videography. I love that. And at the same time, I'm starting to really enjoy and appreciate real estate because it's a house. It doesn't move. It's just there, and also the volume of real estate. It seems like if I can find the systems, if I can find way to either have other shooters help me as I get more volume, and eventually find a way to also get some editors. There's a lot of work to do with real estate, and I want to produce really high quality stuff. Another thing I want to be able to do this year is to start some kind of like self-defense class for myself and the kids, really for everybody, if Anna also wants to join. So I'm thinking jiu-jitsu. I'm a 30-year-old male, might as well just join jiu-jitsu, right? Join the trend, but that would be cool. Wow, look at the sky. It'd be cool maybe to join jiu-jitsu or something like that. But yeah. For those who are still here, appreciate you. Follow along. I know you see those cringy videos, but we're going to learn. We're learning a lot. It's a lot of fun. I thank God for just being real. Well, I thank God for Him being real to me, but also allowing me to live real life and to share things. If you are somebody who's going through any of the same things, anything resonates, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your encouragement, or your rebuke, I guess. Happy Easter. He is risen. Jesus, man, I thank you, Jesus. That verse was John 10:10, I think. Talks about, I think it's John 10:10, but it talks about how God has come to give life and to give it more abundantly. It really is true. No better life than following Jesus. Not just like in a very vague, abstract, spiritual terms, but in real life, like the way my body feels, the way my mind feels, the way my heart feels, the way my spirit feels, the way, and I keep saying feels, but just operates and all that. The way it feels, the way it operates, the way life happens. This full life is in Christ. So I thank God so much. I thank God that, He came and He died on the cross to save me, and I thank Him so much for giving me an opportunity to know Him. He revealed Himself to my forefathers, to my parents. My parents were ministers, are still ministers. They preach the word within our family, in our house. I got to know him when I was 10 years old, and now I'm still following him, growing, and it's just, I thank him. I thank him so much. But yeah, happy Easter, everybody. But let's go in, I guess, eat something, take a shower, see what we're gonna get into for tonight.